Sonia Music?
Hello, this is Bahama Kin. I'm ready for an interview with Kelle Rhoads.
Oh, that's good, because I'm ready for you, too.
How are you, Kelle, this evening?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing great. Enjoying the weather. It's a nice day out today, and that's nice for me.
Where are you calling from?
Torrington, Connecticut.
Torrington?
Yes.
I think my dad had something to do with that city.
Thank you, Kelle Rhoads, for being with me today here at Connecticut Music Online, and we're calling from Usonia School of Music. And Kelle, how did you get started musically?
When I was 12 years old, I asked my mother if I could have the drum lessons because I wanted to learn an instrument. I grew up around music, but I didn't really appreciate it and come to understand how important and vital it is.
Yeah, and how deep, on a deeper level.
Yeah, until I got a little bit older, and until especially I started playing piano seriously.
Correct.
But when I was back in those days, the Beatles had just come out, and I was a little bit lazy. I thought that I would play the drums like Ringo, but I thought I'll just play one drum, and then I won't have to. So I asked my mom for bass drum lessons.
Ah, I see.
And she said, bass drum lessons? And I said, yeah, I just want to, just play one drum.
Right.
So I took drum lessons.
So
That's when I was 12 years old.
You were 12 years old. And
when I was 12 years old, my mom swears that she gave me and Randy piano lessons when we were both very, very young. And I have no memory of this.
Before the drums?
Right, way before the drums.
Ah, wow.
And when we were like really tiny kids.
That's great. Music is like spiritually healing. It's like, it's a healer, music is, it really does help. And your mom, I'd like to say hi to your mom, of course. CMO says hi to
Well, I'll have to convey that for you. Mrs. Rhoads is not here presently at the school.
Okay.
You're talking to me at the school, Usonia School of Music. And she started this when she was 28 years old.
Right.
And she's at her home right now. She's not here at the school, but I'll tell her you said hello.
Yeah, absolutely. And what was your first instrument after the drum?
After the drums, what happened was, well, see, what you have to do is you have to realize the way that this fits into the story. I was, this kind of answers your next question. I was in a band with my brother called Violet Fox.
Violet Fox, correct.
Right, and I was the drummer. And to anybody listening to this or downloading it, there is no Violet Fox material. If somebody advertises material as coming from Violet Fox,
being authentic,
they call it something. It is not that.
Absolutely, it would not be correct because there's no.
It would not be correct because we didn't have any recordings. We're just teenage kids making a band.
There you are.
We're influenced by Alice Cooper.
Yes,
we wanted to make an Alice
your mom,
Cooper
correct?
band.
Wasn't this named after your mom?
It is.
Ah, see.
My mom's maiden name is Dolores Violet Kelle.
Ah.
Violet Fox did indeed come from that. You've done your research.
Yes.
And my name, Kelle, even though I have it spelled K-E-L-L-E, that was my mom's maiden name.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Rhoads.
That's great.
So my first instrument was drums, and then if you go back to when Randy and I were in a band together, I was a drummer.
Right.
And then we kind of like went our own separate ways, and I actually went to work for a couple of major record companies in the days when the record companies really counted, and they meant something.
Authentic, solid record companies. Which one's that one?
I started to work at Capitol Records in September '73 as a mail boy.
Come on, that's awesome.
And it was probably one of the best fucking jobs I've ever had.
Super, that is absolutely super. Hey, hats off to that.
I went on after that, and I worked for ABC Dunhill Records. But at the time that I was a drummer, this whole story is with a couple of different exits from the music business.
Right.
The performing music business. I quit doing drums for a while, and I went to work for the record companies. When I got back into it again, what happened was I got back into it. I couldn't stay away. And when I got back into it, I made one big change. I got back into it as a lead singer.
From another perspective and another position. Right.
So I was that for quite some time,
that's great.
and then I got out of the music business for the second and last time. I don't even try to get out of it anymore. I know it's not going to happen. And besides, things are going good now.
Well, better
anyway,
things come.
But I got out of it
coming.
for the second and final time as a singer, and then when I got back into it, I got back into it as a piano player, and that's what I still do to this day.
Oh, that's great. A lot of spirit in piano.
Yeah, piano is well. I guess that answers one of your questions as well.
How about
piano is very, for me, it's like
Portraits of Oblivion, correct? Titanic Overture, Portraits of Oblivion. Oh, tell me what kind of music. What is that basically doing? Classical, Kelly?
What I basically do is I basically compose music for the pianoforte.
Oh wow, that's super.
Now, I don't know what that means to you or what it means to the people that will be reading or
looking. To me, it's like closer to the spirit. It's right at the roots of the music. It's a little bit deeper. You know, you're going a little bit deeper. You're composing right from a deeper level than just your average throw anything together, you know.
Right. It's something that it's something that's not recorded with the thought in mind that it's going to be temporary, like pop. Rock music. You know, you got some big stars that made some great music. I can remember some of the singles from the 60s, and they were great.
Yes, absolutely. One after another sometimes.
But then what happened to those people? Now you read an obituary, and it's like this person was in this band, and everybody's scratching their heads going, what?
They never really received much anyway, you know.
Right. And in my situation, I write music that one would hope, in my humble opinion, I would hope, that it would get a little bit more longevity.
That's what I mean. It's a little deeper, so it'll last a little longer.
Right.
Like Randy played with a deeper level. Randy played from his spirit and soul, and that's why it's like forever. I mean, honestly, God rest his soul, you know, because he did it likewise, you know, because of classical music, possibly.
Are you talking about Randy?
Yeah, when Randy played, he played from a deeper level too that people realize, and maybe it's because of the classical.
Well, you know, we have that in our background because our mother played horn.
Exactly.
In symphony orchestras and classical orchestras and huge, you know, I mean, geez, they just would have so many. My mom told me this story once that she played in an orchestra that was working with a 200-piece choir.
No kidding.
And they were doing Beethoven's Ninth Symphony.
Wow.
And of course, at the end of the Ninth Symphony, you have the Ode to Joy. We're all going dun 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 dun.
Right.
My mom said, with all the people in the orchestra, that must have numbered somewhere between 76 and 93. But anyway, with all that, and with 200 people on the stage just singing, she said she really felt the stage go up and down.
Oh, yeah, the spiritual of it all. You know, it's like the
the
awe.
energy.
Yes, it is energy. It absolutely is energy. Yep.
And the energy, you know, and she just said that was just overwhelming. How all these people on the stage were making this mass musical thing together.
Right. Now, when you're playing the classical music that you're composing now, because you chose to do what naturally seems to come to you, that's probably a good approach for younger musicians too. You know, go what naturally is what you are. You know.
Well, it kind of found me. If I talk to anybody that a long time ago I gave drum lessons to, they will tell me that I played the piano and they played the drum, and they said that's partly how you taught us. And I said, that's interesting because I don't really remember playing piano that long ago. It seems like I've only been playing piano for 10 years.
Just kind of overlooked it, you know.
Here comes the epiphany. So profound that it seems to me that's when I started. But I actually did play piano before that. But I don't really remember it too good because I wasn't serious about piano.
Right, it was way early
I hadn't made it an obsession yet.
And that's when you said your mom taught you piano before you played drums.
She says she did, but I don't remember that.
Oh, see, that's magical.
I don't remember it. She says she gave me and Randy both piano lessons when we were tiny kids. Maybe she did it to test us, to see if we had any real musical talent.
Exactly. Either way, it's still here, and it's in Portraits of Oblivion and Titanic.
Now, have you actually heard my music?
I just seen a clip of it on some piano playing you did on YouTube. It was just one clip, I think, in an interview. But I definitely am interested in the music because I love classical music. I think people should kind of go to the roots of music in all forms of music, whether it be country, jazz, blues, that kind of look at the roots, where it came from, and you know what I'm saying? Because you'll get a better meaning of the music and understand it more. But I haven't
the more you know about music, the more you're able to appreciate it because you know what you like.
Right. Yep. And I've been playing since I was 4 years old, you know, and I'm 47, so it's just like all these years, and I just don't really know why it comes with you. It's what you are. Do you have any other projects other than like the Titanic Overture? You got some more original material coming out?
I don't have anything to do with the Titanic Overture. It's been done a long time ago. It came out in 2005.
Okay, way back then. And
yeah.
You're going to do more albums of classical music?
I'm doing one now. It's almost ready.
All right. Excellent.
The next record to come out will be released in 2010.
Okay.
It will be my longest and most complex complicated classical musical record.
Excellent.
It's the third one, and it's been in the making for 2.5 years. When it comes out, which hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be this year, it's going to be called Pride and Profanity.
Excellent.
Pride and Profanity, and it will be unmistakable. There's an artwork that an artist created for me, and that is the cover, and it is a house and a piano in the front yard. And the whole front yard and the house and the piano are sinking into the ocean.
There it is.
Yeah, that's what I said. When I saw it, I said,
it could have 1,000 meanings, you know?
So, Pride and Profanity hopefully will be released this year. I have another project outside of that I do with Mr. Kelly Garney, who was the bass player for Quiet Riot, often referred to as the Thin One. Him and I have a few projects going.
Okay.
We recorded, but haven't played live, with a band called No Sky Today.
All right, No Sky Today.
We've recorded, but have not played live, with a blues band in Ohio.
Okay.
And I don't think that they had a name. Basically, it goes around, it centers around a gentleman named Jerry. He's the guy that sings and plays guitar.
But it'll come to a surface, and they can find us on your website.
Yeah.
You going to MySpace?
I have a MySpace.
Okay, www.myspace.Kelle Rhoads, that's KelleRhoads.
And I'm not real hip on that internet stuff. My wife has to help me out on that. So if people go to MySpace and they don't hear from me in a long time, is because I can't figure the fucking shit out.
Right. Well, and also you're working.
I'm working. I'm composing.
You're working.
I'm this kind of work, this kind of music. You don't write it in 5 minutes.
No, you don't. And
hours and hours and hours and hours.
Plus, you're teaching and running the school, Masonia, correct?
Yeah, I'm running the school now. I'm not teaching as much. I'm running the school.
Okay.
And when I'm not teaching or running the school, I'm probably doing something that relates to another aspect of Rhoads family business.
And help
a lot of
out.
Diversified interests, and we have our fingers in a lot of pies right now. Now, one of the ones that's coming up that you'd probably be very interested in is the fact that my sister, who has vineyards, she's D'Argenzio. Her name is Kathy D'Argenzio, and she married into the D'Argenzio family, and they make the wine.
The table.
Now, on August 15th, they released the vintage or the run that's dedicated to Randy.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
I don't know if you heard anything about that.
No, I haven't.
Well, they're coming out with a white wine, and it's a limited run only. When it's done, it's done. There's no more.
Right.
And it's kind of like my sister's tribute to him. And it gets released on August 15th.
Okay, and what web page can people find it at?
Ooh, that's a good one. Let's see.
Well, if they can find it out on your MySpace, you could put the information up there. You can go to myspace.KelleRhoads.
No, you can't go to MySpace for anything to do with the wine. There won't be nothing on there.
But if they can Google her name.
Yeah, you could Google her name, or better yet, you could Google the because I know she has announcements out about it. You could go to like D'Argenzio Wine.
Right.
And I'm sure there would be a subtext that links you
right,
to this
exactly. Yeah, you can
wine that's coming out.
Excellent.
D'Argenzio, D'Argenzio, and maybe you could link up with that.
Absolutely.
Come out on August 15th.
Excellent. Super.
Yeah.
Super. What other instruments do you like? You may not play, but you're